What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome to Element305, the podcast. I'm your host, Trone,
It's your co-host Gary.
and today we're here to talk about my favorite team, your favorite team, our favorite team, the Miami Heat. Now, I know you guys watching, you may have noticed we have a little different setup, different name. We told you guys last live stream, that we would be switching the name from, but that's just me, to Element 305. We think that the name, it fits. It's more noticeable as to what we're talking about as far as like the topics are concerned. So it's still same, but that's just me flavor, but with a new name, a new look. And we're happy to be back. I know we've been missing a little while. We are supposed to live stream last game for the next game, but I got like super sick. I didn't have a voice or anything, and I didn't want to be on stream like sounding hoarse and everything. So so we back now though. We here to just talk about the state of the Heat, where we are right now. And we just gonna get right into it. No point in beating around the bush. So right now we're sitting at 15 and 12. Seventh place. We kind of like fluctuate in between like fifth and like 11th. Like it's super crazy how it is in the East. But we're gonna get right into it. So Gary, like what have you been noticing, since our last stream, since our last time we spoke about the Miami Heat? Like what's been sticking out to you?
Yeah, man. It's it's been not a pleasant like watch knowing or the last couple of weeks because Bam was out for
Mm-hmm.
a couple games and then Tyler got hurt
Yep.
for like I think it was like what 15, 18 games,
Yeah, I
something
think he
like
was out
that.
like, I think 18 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like and then but that helped us see like how our backups were going to perform. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say like come playoff time if we need them.
Yep.
And Jaime Jaquez has been hooping like
Yeah.
he don't even look like a rookie, yo. Like
Nah,
it's
not at
crazy.
all. Not at all.
Uh, he's moving crazy. But him, um, Caleb stepping up for a couple games.
Yeah.
Lowry has been playing well.
Yep.
Um, Jimmy is just doing Jimmy things. Like he's basically like coasting.
Yeah.
And but missing Bam has shown like how much he's missed
Yep.
on the defense side.
Yep.
It's not the same having Thomas Bryant or Orlando Robinson at center, just I guess just being there.
Yep.
Like it's not like that they don't really rim protect, they just there. Like
Yeah. Facts. Facts.
and it's like I mean it's not like they're not playing bad, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like when you have Bam, it's like that cushion. You have that cushion on defense.
Yep.
Um and then now Tyler coming back last game. I knew him coming back. It was gonna be like I guess like some rust with the
Right.
team. Lowry was also out,
Yeah.
so I kind of knew they had Hero playing point guard, which is like,
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't.
I
I
don't
don't.
like when Hero plays point
Me
guard.
neither.
It's like it's not a good look.
Nope.
But um, yeah, like seeing them seeing them throughout like this whole past couple of weeks or
Mm-hmm.
past couple of games. Um, we saw. Oh, also Duncan, like we saw like
Cooking.
how they might perform. Yeah, like
Yep.
come playoff time, like we know we could depend on them.
Yep.
Um, Duncan was like I think he had his career high in points, like when he was starting.
Yeah. I think like, yeah, like
Um,
28, something like that. That might be his career high.
not career high, but like career average. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Or
his
like
highest
season high.
average
Yeah.
so far
Mm-hmm.
starting. Yeah, like like average so far
Yep.
starting. And he's been playing the same way he was playing during the finals, like
Yep.
or during the playoffs actually, like
Yeah.
the whole playoff run. He's been doing the same thing and I like it. Like he's been driving to the rim,
Mm-hmm.
passing out. I saw like how he was finding Bam last game, like a lot. He was lobbing to Bam, he
Yep.
was dotting Bam of that pick and roll action.
Yep.
Bam shooting those middies or catching the lob here and there. those are the things we're gonna need.
Yep.
And but one thing that is very obvious, like everybody knows, is that fourth quarter. When it comes to fourth quarter game, like the fourth quarter is when the team just crumbles. Like I saw some stats. It was like the Miami Heat are like 28th on offense and like 27th on defense
Crazy.
in the fourth quarter. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they like tired by the fourth quarter.
Right.
I don't know if they lose focus or I don't know what it is. But
Right.
that has to change because come playoff time, that's gonna be a something to like. I mean, it's gonna be something to witness if they just like just don't do anything
Yeah,
to fix that. But yeah.
and like everything you brought up, like I completely agree with. I do think last night's game, and this was the game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are like number one in the West right now. um
Hmm.
I do think that we missed Lowry, because we had just like a lot of silly turnovers, like a lot of boneheaded turnovers. So we definitely missed Lowry, and Lowry, like I mean, call a spade a spade. Lowry has been balling this whole this whole season, especially with Tyler being out, with Bam missing games. Like Lowry has been super consistent. Like he's really been showing traces of Toronto Lowry, and you like that's something that we love to see. So like even with Tyler and Bam coming back last night, we were still missing our full team. Like we still didn't have our full team. We still got Hayward Highsmith, who's still coming back off of his injury. So he's not fully himself just yet. And we were missing Kyle Lowry. But I agree. Kevin Love, he's been coming in. He's been stepping up. Like I said, our record right now is 15-12. Um, those those 12 losses, like within those 12 losses, were a lot of winnable games. Um,
Hmm.
like a lot of them. You think back to the two Chicago losses. I believe two Chicago losses. You think back to games like that. Um, you think back to like just random games where we were letting that fourth quarter get to us. Like we're collapsing in the fourth quarter. Last night's game against the Timberwolves, we should have won the game. We were up 17 probably like three times, and we just let that game get away from us for whatever reason. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know if like we've been leaving Jimmy out of the fourth quarter too long, and like people are just confused as to what they're supposed to be doing. Tyler, he came back and he had 25. He was looking like really good. He looked like, honestly, he kind of looked like he didn't miss many games, like still hitting the floaters, doing the move that injured him pretty much, that got him injured. And you don't really see that a lot. Like with players that come back from injury, they don't typically do like continuously do the move that got them injured. So to see Tyler like still taking the floaters, easy floaters too, like he made a bunch of them. That was good to see. That was very encouraging. Bam, I do think Bam was trying to do too much. He had like 5 or 6 turnovers last game, um, which is uncharacteristic like for Bam. So just like small things, and these are all things that are like extremely fixable. Like we're only in December, so these are things that are very fixable. But depending on the teams that we're playing, we can't be letting these things slide. Like these, you can't play like that against Minnesota. You can't play like that against Denver. You can't play like that against Boston, Philly, um, Milwaukee. Like these are things that you have to you know, fix really quickly. I don't know if it has to do with like exposed rotations. I don't know what's happening, but these are things that need to be fixed before we get into like the grind of the season, like especially after All-Star break. When things start slowing down, when they start like getting into the midst of the playoffs. Um, and I think that there's a lot of good. Like I see a lot of good things. Like Jaime Jaquez Jr. killing, like killing, perfect pick for the Heat. He's coming in. He's being super duper consistent and everything. So that's the stuff that like everybody else needs to do. Josh Richardson, we talked about it like early on in the season how we were concerned about what Josh Richardson was doing. He's been coming out playing his role, doing his thing. Caleb, ever since Caleb Martin came back, he's been cooking. Like he's been doing what's necessary of him. I do kind of want him to stop shooting threes. Um, he's reaching like my Victor Oladipo level of 3-point shooting. Um, so those are just the things that like that we need to fix. Those are just the things that we need to clean up moving forward. So with all of that being said, we have the back half of the season. Everything up until this point. Now we're at like 27 games played up to this point. So what are some things that you want to see moving forward, like moving into our all-star break, moving into the trade deadline, things like that? What are some things that you're like looking to see that would make you say, oh, okay, nah, this team is like moving completely in the right direction?
I mean, like first thing, is to like and it's not in their control, but like health is an important thing.
Yeah.
Health when you have like starters, like 2 3 starters out like every other game,
Mm-hmm.
you don't get any rhythm. Like tomorrow, there was a report already that Jimmy was out. Like Tyler just came back, Bam
Right.
just came back, and then Jimmy's already out. Kyle Lowry was out last game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you can't have that. You gotta have the starters playing as many minutes together as possible.
Yep.
But another thing I want to see Highsmith back in the starting lineup. I think him playing the four was perfect
Yep.
at the beginning of the season before he got hurt. Obviously, like his 3 point percentage went down. He wasn't hitting that many threes, but his defense, his length is like he's very disruptive, and we need somebody like that next to Bam and Jimmy. Like
Yep.
you got three disruptive players, like at the same time, that's gonna cause mayhem on the court. But
Yep.
yeah, like one, start Highsmith again. Obviously, we bringing him back because of I forgot what his injury was, but obviously we easing him back
Yeah, I think it was like
into the
his, was it not his back or something? I don't remember.
yeah, I
I
think it
don't
was
know.
his tailbone actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
his tailbone. Easing him back into rhythm or whatever. But in the long run, he needs to start. I don't want to see Caleb running for it again. Like I don't.
He was
I
perfect.
understand like
Mm-hmm.
Caleb is cool. Like he could run the three or the two. I don't want to see him running the four.
Right.
Let Caleb run 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I'd rather see that. Um, yeah, I don't want to see Caleb running four again. And I like Kevin Love as backup five. I
Mm-hmm.
like him as backup five.
Same.
He's not crazy on defense, but he knows where to be at whatever time, like when it's
Right.
required. And we need that. He's been hitting his threes.
Yep.
Um,
Consistently too.
Caleb running, yeah. And low key, I want to see Hyman running point guard, like backup point guard. For some reason,
Mm.
I really trust him
You trying
running
to
point
you
guard.
trying to Justice Winslow him?
Yeah, low
Trying
key, because
to
he kind of knows what to do with the ball. Like I trust it with the ball.
right.
Um, and hopefully soon he starts getting some calls because he drives to the basket
Yeah, a
a
lot.
lot,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't get a lot of calls that they should call.
Yep.
But obviously, he's a rookie, so they're not gonna
Right.
get him mad calls and stuff like that's expected. But
Right.
hopefully that starts soon. And once that starts, once he start getting those calls and gets to that free throw line, because he's been shooting well from three
Yeah,
recently.
he has. Yep.
So
He
that's
proved me
another thing.
wrong. Proved me wrong for sure.
Yeah, that's another thing. He's been shooting good from three. So if he could get to that free throw line
Yep.
and him running back up point guard, I'm not gonna lie, that's looking tough.
Right.
A back bench of Hyman, Caleb, Duncan Robinson, Duncan Robinson, and then or they could run Hyman, J. Rich, um, Caleb. Damn, I don't know. running Caleb as backup five. I don't know
Yeah,
who they might run at the four, but yeah, I would like to see that lineup off the bench. No,
right. Nah,
I think that starting wise, like we already got like our starters. Like we
right,
know, like I said, Highsmith should be starting. Um, but yeah, other than that, I want to see that bench lineup coming forward, coming forward.
right.
And then to close things out, I kind of want to see less Jay Rich minutes. To be
Ooh,
honest,
really?
yeah, like I know Jay Rich has been doing his thing,
Yeah, I
but
think he been doing
there
playing his role.
there are times where they have him at point guard, and he's
Oh
not
yeah,
really a point guard to me. He's not a point guard to me. He's a shooting guard.
yeah.
And when I see Spo running him at point guard, I'm like, eh. That's when they start going on those runs where like they get no offense or nothing like that,
Yeah,
and he's usually in the fourth. When I see Jay Rich playing point guard, I I would like to see less of that. To be honest,
that's a
yeah,
good point.
that's
I
just
I,
my
I didn't notice that. Like I didn't like put those two together. Where like the runs come and him playing playing the four. I'm sorry, playing the one. I didn't put those two together, but it makes sense. Like it definitely makes sense on what you're saying. And like everything else you said as far as like seeing what you want to see moving forward, I agree with. I'm not too far off. Um, I mainly like my main thing, honestly, I just want to see some consistency. Like we're starting these games off super hot and playing defense extremely well, shooting the three extremely well. We're starting games off like that, but like we just keep collapsing. And it's like we can't keep doing that. And like we mentioned earlier on in the season, like the tricky part of judging this team or like bashing this team or being too hard on this team is basing it off the fact of what they did last year. And I think we've both agreed that this team is better than the team we had last year. So it's just
yeah.
weird that they can't stay consistent. Yes, I know health has something to do with it. Tyler's been out, Bam's been out. Jimmy even missed a couple of games. Um, you know, and it's hard to keep a steady, it's hard to keep a steady rotation in there, but we need to find some type of consistency. Also, so that's my first one. Number two, I want to see Jimmy not sit out the fourth quarter for 6 minutes. Like it's not gonna work because even if Jimmy isn't like scoring all the buckets in the game, he's still playing amazing defense. He's still playing like good playmaking skills, like still passing, assisting, doing all that stuff. So I want to see him get in the game a little bit earlier than what he's been, unless Tyler and Bam are like keeping the gameplay going or like keeping the offensive load going with him being on the bench. Um, and number three, like I legitimately think we need still to this day a legit backup point guard for when Kyle Lowry sits down. I don't think that when Lowry sits down or when Lowry's out, the playmaking duty should just go straight to Tyler. Or I don't think the playmaking duty should just go straight to Bam or Jay Rich or whoever they give that to. Like we have what's bro name? Damn, the point guard with the braids. I'm blanking. Um
I know you're talking about
The one that gets got
Hampton.
hurt. Yeah, Hampton, RJ Hampton. Like we have him on the bench, just like sitting there. I think he's healed now. Like I don't think he's still injured. So and Drew Smith was that guy. Um, and when Drew Smith played, honestly, like he wasn't playing like that bad. And I'm not just saying that because he's hurt. Like we were definitely hard on him in the beginning of the season. Like yo, no Drew Smith minutes. But he came in, he did his job. Like he played hard defense, and he took the open shot when he had it. But we legit have no backup point guard. So with the trade deadline coming up in a couple of months, that's what I would like to see them kind of focus and prioritize on. If they're trying to trade Lowry still, just at least trade for a point guard. Like don't trade for no Lowry marketing or anything like that. Even though that would probably be great, because Lowry marketing getting somebody that can play next to Bam based off of how he plays. But we need somebody that's going to be able to play make, somebody that's going to be able to calm us down, like calm the team down when needed. So yeah, those are just some things that I'm kind of looking forward to, um, moving forward. And
Yeah,
speak.
knowing
No, what you say?
no, my bad.
Hmm?
Knowing Ainge, he's gonna ask for like 17 first round picks for Laurie
Facts,
Markin.
just stuff that we don't even have. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
like
Spo, let me get like your firstborn kids or something like that. Like, I need
yeah,
all of
like
that.
that's crazy. But
um,
not like I get what you're saying
mhm,
about that trade, like trying to find a backup point guard.
right.
And I don't see any guards where you would trade for where you could keep some of your core.
Hmm.
I feel like if Miami makes a trade this year and they trade like Lowry, for example, or whatever,
Hmm.
like I feel like Jovic has no value. The only people that have value in our team are Duncan, Hero, Caleb, maybe, and then you know Hakas.
Yeah, and I think
Now,
they'd be foolish to trade Duncan. Like, you don't
yeah,
trade Duncan
like
Robinson.
we I feel like if we're going for a borderline star,
Hmm.
we're gonna have to trade like mm, almost half of our core, and that's not gonna be any good at all.
Nope.
We're already missing players as it is.
Yep.
We have positions that are missing as it is, and trading for a borderline star is gonna, like, for example, Zach Levine or like you said, Laurie Markkinen, is gonna like just mess our team up even more. Um, at this point, I don't even know. I think they should just keep rocking and
Yeah.
just find that consistency and get into rhythm and
Yep.
try to fix those fourth quarter mistakes, whatever it is.
Yep.
And yeah,
Nah,
that's really about it.
I agree. I completely agree with you. Um, and now, like, two more points that I just wanted to hit. Um, one of them is real quick. Well, both of them are real quick, actually. Number one, I said it last year on the first episode of But That's Just Me, when we were still called But That's Just Me. And I think I mentioned it this season too. I don't ever want to see anybody else compare Jordan Poole to Tyler Hero. I never want to see it again. I said Tyler Hero was better. I had people when I put it on Facebook. I had people talking about, oh, they're pretty even. They're even. It's not that much of a difference. No, it is that much of a difference. Jordan Poole is looking like hot garbage in Washington. Like I said, I just want to be real quick with that. Wanted to bring that up. Wanted to bring that up
Yeah.
because it's ridiculous. But shout out to Washington. And last but not least, so like I said, we missed our last live stream because I wasn't feeling well. But we back at it Monday, Christmas Day. So when you open up your flat screen TVs, your new laptops, your new MacBooks, your new
So,
gaming laptops, gaming PCs, when you open those up, make sure you tune in to twitch.tv/element_305. We're gonna be posting that everywhere. We will be live streaming on Twitch moving forward. That doesn't mean that the stuff is just gonna disappear from YouTube. Like, for instance, these pre-recorded podcasts, like those will still be on YouTube, but we will be streaming live on Twitch for Element305. Next week we got the game against one of our Eastern Conference rivals. I mean, it's not really a rivalry because we beat them all the time, but it's I guess it's a season rivalry. We playing up against Philadelphia. Joel Embiid is still cooking. Tyrese Maxey is still cooking, as much as that pains me to say. Um, they're since the James Harden trade, honestly, since not playing James Harden anymore, Philadelphia has been cooking. I think they're like number 3 in the league, like in the East, number 3 or 4. Um, so we
they're
got them.
definitely better without Harden,
Oh,
I
for
think,
sure.
in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, for sure. They are definitely better without Harden. So we have that game coming up. We will be live streaming that game. I want to say that game starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. Eastern time, one of the Christmas Day games, the second to last one for the night. So we'll be there. We'll be live streaming, enjoying the game with you guys over on Twitch. So if you're not already following us on Twitch, please follow us, Element_305 over on Twitch. Also, too, I was supposed to introduce it last game against the Knicks, but this game, the fall meter, the on the floor meter counter. I'm sorry, the
Uh,
fall counter is going to make its debut. They piss me off how much they fall on the floor. Just not even just the Heat. Like I'm doing it for the whole game. So we're definitely gonna have some fun with that on Twitch. We got a lot more things that we can do with Twitch. So I'll probably have like a poll going up to see how many over and unders for the fall counter. But before that too, we have our next two games coming up against the Magic, and then we have a game. We have the Magic on Wednesday, December 20th, and then we have the Hawks on Friday, December 22nd. The Magic, they like fifth place. Magic been cooking. They look good. Paulo Banchero cooking. For the who is this? The Atlanta Hawks. I don't really know what the Hawks are looking like right now. I
they're
know
still
they haven't been
average.
doing great. Oh shoot, they're 10th, 11 and 15.
Yeah, they're
So
still mid. Like,
yeah, they're not looking
but
great.
knowing Miami, like, not actually knowing like knowing the Heat, the team's luck. Like, Hawks might have the best game of the season against us, but
Facts. Somebody gonna
it
shoot.
doesn't even matter.
Somebody gonna shoot like crazy. Kevin Herter gonna go for like 40. It just happens against us. I don't know. And that could just be because we probably watch more Heat games than we watch other team games. So it just looks like all the teams are going off on us. But nah, that's really a thing. Um,
Yeah, I already see. I already see. Capella getting like 18 boards.
yeah, facts. And then for the Orlando game, I see Jalen Suggs. That's just who I'm gonna go with. He might have
Yeah.
50. Like he might drop 50. I don't know. like I don't know how it works with this team.
But that Magic's team ain't bad. Like,
No, they're not.
I don't
They're
know
a
if they
really good
still
team.
are.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still are, but they were top five defense, top five on defense for like the beginning of the season, like
hmm
first 10 games, first 10, 15 games.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know how they
that's
do it now, but
they're fourth,
they
actually.
they're giving
They're fourth
they
in
giving
defense.
teams trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, they giving teams trouble. They giving. I saw that game. I think they played the Celtics recently,
Yeah, the other night.
and like, yeah, like they're not bad. Yeah, like
No.
they might be a tough matchup during the playoffs. Like,
Yep. Yep. So
yeah,
yeah, those are our next two games before we go to the stream on Monday, Christmas Day. So remember, just everything's winding down, eating your dinner. You can just come chop it up with us. Have some fun with us over on Twitch. And yeah, I think that's it. We want to come back with a quick episode, and just kind of reconnect with you guys. Don't worry, we're gonna be way more consistent moving forward because we have a lot more streams coming up, and then once the playoffs start, streaming every game. So so y'all gonna see a lot of us. Y'all gonna see a lot of us. So I don't have anything else to say. I'm ready to watch this game against the Magic. That's gonna be a nice in-state, nice good in-state game. You have anything else before we head out?
I'm just ready for more games to come so we
Yep,
can stream or pre-record.
yep. All right, y'all. So thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Remember, Element305. No more, but that's just me. Even though I kind of missed it a little bit. That was my baby. From its inception, and then Gary joining. My opinion, making this whole process 10 times better and fun. So I definitely appreciate you, and I'm happy you're starting from the ground with Element305. So we'll see you guys on Monday. We'll see you guys on Monday, 8 p.m. Don't worry, all of the promotion and everything is definitely coming out. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening. If you're just listening, not able to watch, we appreciate y'all. Peace.
Peace.